Hi. Yeah. What do you think about that? Welcome, everybody, to the Renegade Realm Podcast, episode 122, if you can believe that. And if you don't believe it, that's fine. Here, as always, me, Red Wolf, your host, and my co-hosts, joining, as always, the very focused and determined-looking DeMarco dude.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
There he is. And my son...
I was trying to make sure that I knew
I'm sorry.
what was what about a thing that I was whatting before we turned the show on.
Exactly.
And I was correct about it.
I'm excited about it, too. And that's all you, baby, because I'm actually excited about it. Because we'll talk about it. If I know what I think you... If I think... If I
you know what I think
I know...
Thinking
yeah.
of... Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. So we all just woke up. Assassin, he is eating a cheeseburger. Isn't that right, Assassin?
Cheeseburger with egg.
That is, what do they call that? What do you call that? Is there a name for it?
I don't think there is a name for it.
It's not called like a Southern Jimmy or something?
No, it's not
That's
that.
something
it's not
else.
region specific.
I keep
Oh.
getting ads for like $300,000 homes in Texas all the time now. I keep seeing them all the time.
That's not
And
bad.
these
They're
houses
lying.
like,
They're lying. They're at least 500K now.
okay, that makes me well. I still 500K house in Texas will buy you a $1.2 million house here in New York. So, honestly, it's still a win.
Yeah.
I don't
By
know
the
about
way,
that, Chief.
shout out to everyone in chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you all. If you're new here and you're like, what the hell's happening? What is this? It's a weekly podcast here on the channel. We go live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We cover everything games, all of them. PlayStation, Nintendo. Well, that's Assassin. Xbox, PC, whatever the hell's going on. And we often go on tangents, and it's just a fun time. So join us. Say hello in chat if you're new. I would love to see you say hello. And thank you all for being here. Shout out to all the channel members. See some in chat. Barry Donnellan, Highlander, Grim, Biff Rinaldi. Happy birthday, Biff. He just turned 41, I believe. Maybe I wasn't supposed to say it out loud, but congratulations, whatever. I'm tired. Happy birthday to you. American Fury, thank you for being here. And Game Seeker. And everyone else, T-Gan is here, says I'd be watching a movie during this one, so sadly I won't be able to entertain everyone with my hilarity. Well, fuck. Might as well just shut down the show.
Cancel the show.
It's over. It's over. BT Maverick is here as well. Drake Williams. And whoever else is lurking. So thank you so much. Fucking Assassin just gifted. You son of a bitch. That was way too nice of you to do that. That's
Wow,
insane.
Bushido, really? Damn.
Bushido? Oh, take it back. Get your refund. That's insane, bro. You did not have to do that much. That was insane. Thank you. Though.
Hey, isn't Chris Harris like a regular in DeMarco's chat?
Yeah, did he get it?
Oh,
Oh, he's here. Look at that. I didn't know Chris was subscribed. Thank you, Chris, for being here, man. That's awesome. Moose 1. I haven't seen Moose 1 in a while. I'm glad you're still hanging around.
Huh.
Look at that.
Crossover.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much, Assassin. That's really nice. You grand benefactor, Assassin.
You're really not gonna let that Xbox era title go, are you?
No, that's what you are. You're grand benefactor. You're really supportive, man. We talked about this last week. I really appreciate that, man. Seriously.
I'm supportive to the people that actually deserve it.
Yeah, in Xbox era, they are really great. I love their podcast. It's really great.
They have their own hot takes, but I do support what they've done.
Yeah, it's just
the
video
past.
games, man. Like I don't hate anybody, you know. I don't hate Jesse, you know.
Yes, you do.
Well, no, I really don't. I think he's very funny.
You hate me.
Well, yeah. BT Maverick says, Red Wolf, are you getting Silent Hill F? Yeah, absolutely I am. I am really excited to get that tomorrow. Of course, I've had the Steelbook for a while, but it should be coming in Thursday, I think is whenever I'm getting it. Maybe is there an early access version? Is that how everyone's playing it already?
There is a 2-day early access for the deluxe edition owners, if I recall. They are currently playing right now. The launch for Silent Hill F will be, let's see, today's the 23rd, so Thursday.
So Thursday
will be when it actually launches. Can I just say, by the way,
yes,
like last year, Silent Hill 2 Remake was a Game of the Year contender. This one, this new mainline one, also Game of the Year contender. And it came from two studios that have been very well known in the community as they don't make very good horror games. And yet here they both are. They just released two of the best Silent Hill games probably in over a decade.
My favorite thing about that whole story is that more people are getting exposed to Silent Hill, and I'm so glad that they started with 2 because that was the bigger, right? That was like the everyone's favorite. Similarly to how we just got Metal Gear Solid 3, like they're not starting with Silent Hill 1, they're not starting with Metal Gear 1, they're starting with the most popular Metal Gear, which was Metal Gear Solid 3, and they're introducing a whole new generation to these games. I'm so happy. Silent Hill is and always will be my favorite horror.
You see that Konami
franchise.
sent out a poll to everybody saying, "Hey, what Metal Gear game should we remake next?"
Which for the hardcore fans, you would know that 1, 2, and then 4 is what would come next in the chronological order. So they're already working on 1. They're already working on 1. Like, come on, let's not kid ourselves.
Uber team's already working on Silent Hill 1 remake. They announced that earlier this year.
That's right. That's exactly right. And there's speculation that Silent Hill 2 might be finally coming to Xbox next month. So that would be great too.
I think that might be a Game Awards announcement, but can I just say Konami has actually been on a decent track? I know that their recent success wasn't entirely made by them, but you know, I'm glad that Metal Gear and Silent Hill are coming back into the mainstream, and so many new people like myself. By the way, I finished Metal Gear Solid Delta, by the way, for people who may not know about that. Love that game.
How much do you love? I was going to say, it's so good, right? It's so good.
If I had to rank it, I'd say either an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that's
it's
good.
It's the old school jank that's holding it back for me, but everything else was top tier. Like, I absolutely love that game. I put in a good, like, 20, 25 hours.
I did too. I put in 25 hours, and that was me taking my time, so it was just enough. Like, like, I don't know, DeMarco, you remember back in the day when 40 hours was now today's, like, 100 to 200 hour standard for, like, big RPGs? Like,
and and we're starting to go back to that a little bit.
Yes. That is exactly how Metal Gear Solid 3 felt. It's like I took my sweet ass time. I backtrack a lot. I got all the camos. I got all like the little secret stuff that I could find, and I'm like, I must have like 50 hours. I had like 25 hours. I was like, oh, well, shit.
But it felt like that because you got a good experience out of it. Because
exactly
every hour was a good hour.
Exactly. Like people who put, like whenever I played Elden Ring, if I were to have been playing Elden Ring and being frustrated the entire time and having a bad experience, 10 hours would have been like, I am done. I am done with this. But I look down and I'm like, whoops, 70 hours. Even though I'm getting my ass kicked, I'm loving the game so much. I'm just like, I don't care. So that's a testament to good game design. BT says, I got the deluxe you got the deluxe edition. Got you. Excellent. Really excited to play that. Fuzzy Tomato, an Xbox port is way too small of news for the Game Awards. That's why I kind of agree. I think it's going to be more of just like a Death Stranding. Here it is. I don't think it's going to be anything on the level marketing-wise like we got with Helldivers 2. But I think it is just going to be like, here it is. It's out today.
I would agree with you, Red, but there's one thing that you have to consider. When it comes to whether timed exclusives or games that have not launched on a particular platform in general, they typically tend to wait to get as many people's eyes on that product as they can. Tokyo Game Show would be another good place to announce that. But I think since the exclusivity contract is until October, whatever it was last year, they can't talk about it. But I also responded to Fuzzy in chat. I expected to shadow drop on Xbox the Game Awards night only because Baldur's Gate 3 was another game that did that. It was a very critically acclaimed RPG. I mean, hell, if Baldur's Gate 3 can do it, maybe Silent Hill 2 can definitely do the same.
You never know.
Like I just said, you want as many eyes on it as you can. What better way to do that than saying, hey, we got so many people watching the Game Awards tonight, all the Xbox PC players, you got Silent Hill 2 tonight. Go out and enjoy it. Once you're done with the show.
Once you're done with it, right. He's like, don't leave me, please. Shout out to Highlander Grimm, member for an entire year. Thank you so much, man. This is very happy to catch you guys live. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Highlander Grimm. That is very nice. Speaking of which, Highlander Grimm, are you excited for the Highlander movie? I'm really excited. Even though I don't know much about that series, but I watched it whenever I was way too young to watch it with, what's his name, Christopher Lambert and Sean Connery. I want to go back and watch those to get ready because it has Henry Cavill, and that is the only reason. Barry Donnellan, also a member for an entire year, 12 months. Thank you so much. Are anyone else excited for Tokyo Game Show? Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
If nothing else, just because I feel like there could be some surprise announcements, especially it's in Tokyo, so we could get some JRPG news or something like that. We could see a tease for Persona 6. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for those kinds of showcases because they're not really specific to any one platform. So you know that whatever you're seeing is most likely not going to be exclusive. I don't know about... this is the good thing about PC gaming. You usually don't have to worry about the exclusivity thing. But like whenever I watch a Sony State of Play, which we'll talk about later, I feel like I can't have like an enjoyable time getting excited. Like I'll see a game like this looks so good. Oh, I'm probably not gonna be able to play this. It's probably an exclusive. And then I have to wait till after the showcase and be like, oh, it's coming to Xbox, it's coming to PC. Okay, now I'm excited. Now I gotta go watch and get myself excited again. I hate exclusivity so much. Anyway, but hey, DeMarco, what have you been playing, man? And anything cool?
Jump Space
Ooh.
is the new hot ticket item. Jump Space, it's fun. I'm not far enough in it. We haven't played enough. I know that you tried and got angry because it's not crossplay.
It ruined my night. It really ruined my night because I don't have this shit set up yet to where I can play comfortably on my PC. And I was like, it's too much to explain. I'm just gonna go to bed. Like I was so upset. I was tired.
DeMarco, he texted me like, I guess you guys had just tried to play together. He texted me like later that night. He was like, dude, we tried to play Jump Space and like, it doesn't have crossplay and it just ruined my night. And
I was so upset.
I hate that DeMarco and Holly and Jonas and Arcane, they get all this shit early. They get exclusive. They get timed exclusivity.
I was like, what are you talking? I did not say that, but yeah.
No,
I was
bringing
really
up the fact that PC has timed exclusives too.
Just set up your PC like normal. Listen,
No.
You get used to it. Sit in a chair, plug in your controller, get a comfortable chair, sit back, enjoy a game like this. You can do it. You choose not to. I know you can't. You'll get used to it. You will.
I don't like sitting.
And
The thing is, I don't like sitting at my desk. Right. That is the main thing. So I like to just because I'm at my desk all day for work anyway. The last thing I want to do is continue to be in my desk.
You get an ottoman, and that way you only bring out the ottoman when it's game time.
Yes.
So then your brain can distinguish the legs are up. I'm back. I pushed myself away from the screen. Now it's game time.
Indeed.
Don't forget
So
food right next to
right
you.
behind me, you can see my TV behind me that I leave on for background visuals. There's also a futon right here, which is wildly uncomfortable. So the issue is that I'm gonna have to get rid of this futon, which is fine, and get a nice comfy chair, like you said. And I'm tired of trying to set things up in the other room. I'm just gonna get another comfy chair, and that's it. Everything works, by the way. Everything works here in this room, but like setting everything up for another room I'm not there yet. That's why the other night I was like, I can't explain to you what I'm having to try to do to get this to work. If I turn on my PC to play a PC game, everything works, and it always has. I've never had any issues with that other than things like VSync and controllers connecting and disconnecting or whatever. The typical stuff. All that stuff works. It's me that's damaging my own experience by trying to set up a console-like experience with my PC. That is what's happening. I did it to myself, so you're right, DeMarco. But I am. All I need to do is just get a comfy chair, put it in here, and everything's done. Because I'm so tired of spending money on cables and fucking adapters. Anyway, I don't want to bore you guys anymore with that. But Jump Space, it's good, right?
It's good. It's fine. I need to get further into it. I can see how the experience can probably get a little bit repetitive if it doesn't have enough variation. But we only did 2 missions, so I'm not going to pass any judgment now. It was fun. The gameplay was solid. The soundtrack was pretty surprising to me because it was good. It was this right level of like seriousness and kind of intensity.
I love that
mixed
theme song.
With, yeah. It had a good balance between intensity but not being so over dramatic that it's like as you're like shooting like this little and you're like it's not that big of a deal. Like there's the space stuff is pretty cool, and I will say it is simply fun. They have this mechanic where you can just sort of jump off of your ship at any time and then fly around freely through space, and they're not locking you to like this slow flying. They're not locking you to sort of kind of these boundaries that there are boundaries, but pretty wide enough so you can just kind of go and zip and fly around. You're zipping around Iron Man style out in space. It's pretty cool. So they have a good foundation. Whether or not the gameplay form is going to get repetitious, don't know. I could see that happening, absolutely. And at that point, it's just going to really be a matter of, hey, the game is $20. Did I get $20 worth of fun out of it by the time that it starts to repeat itself? I feel like I will.
Yeah. Yeah. It has really great bones. I've been watching it for, I guess, around 2 years now. Another reason I was so upset, I was like, I've been waiting for 2 years to play this. Nope, you can't. Fuck you. I'm like, okay.
I like the upgrade system too. The upgrade system for your ship is really cool, where you sort of have this variety of parts, and then you select which ones you want in your ship. So you might have different engines or different guns, but then each of those ones that you find will have individual sort of level ups that you can do. And there's pros and cons to each of it, so that the ship customization part of it is pretty neat also.
Yeah, I really liked that. I played the prologue, and that's as far as I played. But yeah, really, really good bones. And the devs said that right now there are no plans, or they said that right now they're not focusing on crossplay because it's too hard. That's essentially what they said. They're like, it's way too hard. So, and I was like, well, I don't know if they're ever gonna do it, but at some point they're gonna have to figure that out. Like, that's
not the right
wild
response that you want to hear. They should say like, hey. I think what would have been a much better thing is they clarify, hey, I don't like crossplay is not as easy to set up as you think it is. You know, it's not just sort of flipping a switch and saying now they can connect. But we are working on it. We just don't have a date for it yet. That would have been my response.
Just, it's not our focus right now. We want to make sure that the core experience is there before we start rolling it out to, have more,
stable.
For more people. But yeah, exactly. So, but I did get a refund, which was nice. But I will buy it again. Like I said, once everything is worked out and feels more, once the crossplay is there and once there's more content, I'm happy to jump back in. Yeah. So, but yeah, Jump Space. Excited. Drake Williams says Jump Space is the people is the game people want an Anthem to be. No, but but it is sort of like Sea of Thieves in space is kind of how it like it's very
with
light Sea of Thieves
with hints of like Slay the Spire of sorts, because you have this mission map and you have to decide, okay, you'll get like different nodes you can go to, and there might be something over here and something over here, but that doesn't connect to one another. So you go down this path, and then you kind of have to go that way before you kind of travel down this path to get to the end objective.
Okay.
And you do a bunch of levels in between. So they sort of have, if you ever played Sea of Thieves or Inscription or Darkest Dungeon 2 uses that mechanic. Any of those games, or FTL. FTL uses that mechanic too. So gives you a little bit of variation and kind of some roguelite elements in there.
Yeah, like I said, it's got great bones. Like it feels like the kind of game, like it didn't launch like I can't think of anything right off the top of my head, but it didn't launch like with the game Jump Ship. Like that was the original.
Jump Ship was not Jump Ship, sorry, Warp Gate, I think it was.
Oh, Split Gate. Yeah.
Split Gate.
The first person teleport.
No. The other one that was in space that everyone thought Jump Space was. There was a space PvP where you had to get to.
Oh,
it was an extraction.
You played it. Yeah.
One set in space. We played it. That one very much. It felt like there wasn't really anywhere they could go with it, and we tried it. It was a cool concept, but it was really missing a lot.
Yeah. Arcane, shout out to, thank you Game Seeker so much for also being a channel member for a whole ass year. Thank you guys so much for the channel membership chats. I like to see more of that. I like to see more of that. Thank you. He says, for Forza Horizon 6 Tokyo Game Show. Yeah, they're very excited about that. Game Seeker, Cult, Fonz, there's a lot of people in the community that love Forza Horizon. It is peak racing sim, I think. So there's a lot to be excited. And Tokyo has been a location for Forza Horizon for a lot of people. They wanted that for a long time, just like Assassin's Creed. We always wanted a samurai, Japanese ninja Assassin's Creed, and we got it. So it's happening.
People have been wanting Forza to be set in Japan since Forza Horizon 3, from what I understand. And Forza Horizon 3 launched, 10 plus years ago? So yeah, if it's set in Japan, then it was definitely worth the wait. Also, since we're talking about Tokyo Game Show anyway, I'm just gonna highlight Barry Dolan in chat.
Yes.
Might as well just make it a topic since he's asking. Anyone got any TGS predictions? Gotta be a new Yakuza. Yeah, let's talk about TGS for a second.
Sure, let's do that.
So, anything that you want, Red? Besides Persona 6, which is not coming, because we got P4 Revival first?
I can't. You'd have to help me think with this, because I don't really know. I don't know. I mean, I guess a Silent Hill. I'm trying to think of things that are like Japanese
franchises.
I'll give one. I'll give one that I can think of that comes to mind. I don't think
you want it to be canceled.
Yeah. No. I don't. I don't think we'll see anything from them because it's still pretty early. There is a studio that has released a breakout hit title that then got subsequently screwed by a certain company that is continuing to screw its fan base to this day.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this.
And then they had an opportunity to breathe new life. Assassin, what is it?
Are you talking about Pow World or its new spin-off, Pow Farm?
No. No.
You set that up. You set that up like it was Pocket Pair against Nintendo, but
Tango Gameworks. Tango.
Oh.
Oh my God! I just
Hi-Fi Rush 2.
Hi-Fi Rush 2. You think?
I don't know if it would be Hi-Fi Rush 2 necessarily. I'm not
sure.
I don't
from the way that you were describing it, you were like, yeah, they're fighting against a big corporation right now. It's like, oh, so he's got to be talking about Power World against Nintendo.
No, I didn't say
Japanese.
fighting. I didn't say fighting against a big corporation. I said they got screwed over by a company because Microsoft
they got
let them
screwed
go.
over by Nintendo.
Microsoft let them go after they had a successful game, and then I said continues to screw their fan base because they just announced their price hike. So that was the second hint.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, it could have been described either way, but you want Hi-Fi Rush 2 to be there?
I don't expect Hi-Fi Rush 2. The thing is, I do not know exactly off the top of my head if Tango was able to retain the rights to Hi-Fi Rush, right? So is that they did? Okay, all right. So
Hi-Fi Rush and Crafton, they have the ownership rights to Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh, beautiful! I'd love to hear that. Actually, I would like to see Tango either do a Hi-Fi Rush 2. Seems like John Johannes, that's the type of game that he would want to make. He's kind of the new head over at Tango since Shinji Mikami left. I don't expect we're getting any more horror games from that studio, to be honest, which is a shame, but that's because Shinji Mikami is gone. And Shinji, he himself didn't want to do any more horror either. He was like, I'm kind of done with it, from what I remember reading. So feels like they could also be doing something else, but I don't expect they'll be there. As far as what I would love to see, like, hey, Tango's here. We're working on this. Here's a little tease, and then maybe just confirm that it is a Hi-Fi Rush 2 or something else. I would love to see that at the bare minimum, like the Wolverine tease, right? Something on that level. Normally, I don't like that type of stuff, but from a studio like Tango that now is smaller, that's now separate, they just got on their own 2 feet. I wouldn't mind seeing it from them, especially to attract talent, right? That's the point of the Wolverine trailer. That was the point of Indiana Jones being shown so early, was for talent. Blade as well falls into that bucket, so be cool for anybody who's a fan of Hi-Fi Rush. If it is Hi-Fi Rush 2, they just give a little tease.
Hi-Fi Rush was one of the best games I played in 2023, so I'm just gonna add on to it just because you and I actually agree on this. To be fair, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, because you said it may or may not happen. Well, more or less on the not happening side, but to be fair, Hi-Fi Rush launched 2.5 years ago. So if it's coming out within 18 months, maybe they can tease it.
Yeah.
That's something that Japanese companies have been doing a lot lately. Like, if a game isn't within 12 months, a year to 18 months, that's when they typically start to announce it. I've been noticing a lot with that with Capcom, Sega. I think Square Enix has also recently jumped on that bandwagon too. So it wouldn't surprise me if maybe Crafton and Tango showed up and said, "Hey, we don't have any gameplay to show you, but here's a tease for Hi-Fi Rush sequel. It's not out of the realm of possibility, DeMarco. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's definitely not
possible.
possible.
It's 2.5 years ago. I mean,
Just not expecting
that's
it.
pretty long.
Yep.
I still can't believe it's 2.5 years ago, actually. Damn.
It's wild. I remember sitting there in a big party with all kinds of people from the community, like Risk It and some other people, and that
And
Shadow
it popped
Drop.
up on screen, yeah.
Yeah, Shadow Drop, and everyone's like, "I just bought the deluxe edition," which was like, you only had to pay like $5 or $10 for the upgrade because it was on Game Pass, and it was like, and available right now. Yeah, it was good times, good memories. Hey, Gray Mona, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you. Game Seeker says Crazy Taxi. There's been a lot of talk about Crazy Taxi lately. I can't remember why. I don't know if that like came from like a leak or what. But
That's because 2 years ago, do you remember when Sega showed off a bunch of new game announcements as part of their Super Game Initiative, where they're bringing back a lot of games? So Shinobi was one of them, which recently came out, and I've been playing, and I love it, by the way. Crazy Taxi was one of them. A new Jet Set Radio, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage. So maybe something on the Crazy Taxi side could show up. That's up to Sega. Has 3 unannounced games in their portfolio that they're going to show up at Tokyo Game Show. Maybe Crazy Taxi is one of them.
okay.
I'm hoping Persona 4 Revival is one of them. But
Yeah,
honestly,
that
going
is
back to
Sega.
what Barry Donnellan said, there is a rumor going on right now that one of the Yakuza games is getting a remake or a remaster of some kind, and it's launching on all platforms. I think it was Kiwami 3, or maybe it was Yakuza 0, finally coming to PlayStation and Xbox, with the dub and sub. So that way you don't have to listen to Young Yeah if you don't want to. I think something Yakuza is happening, and it's gonna be. I think something Yakuza is happening.
He's a
To
great
Barry
voice
Donnellan's
actor.
point.
I haven't
he's
heard
okay.
enough of. I haven't heard enough of. When I watched Young Yez, it was sort of like his portfolio video that he made, where he did all these different voices, and I thought that was great. I was like, oh, I don't know if he was the right pick for Kiryu, but I don't know. I haven't heard enough of it, but from what I have heard, I was like, he just kind of sounds like Young. But anyway. He seems like a good dude, so hopefully he's finding more success with that. But
So hey, wait, Red. Before you continue, do you think Kingdom Hearts fans are going to continue to suffer, or do you think we finally get to see Kingdom Hearts 4?
man, is that a Tokyo Game Show thing, or is that a
It's Square Enix.
PlayStation?
It's Japan.
No, I know, but like that's huge. Like that's like announcing a. I mean, have maybe I'm an idiot. A Final Fantasy game has been announced and revealed at a Tokyo Game Show. I feel like that kind of would be the place to do it. Because if so,
Yeah,
then I could see Kingdom Hearts being announced at a Tokyo Game
Yeah,
Show.
because not many people remember, but Square Enix, they have 2 very big projects that they haven't given any updates on. One was Kingdom Hearts 4, and another one was Dragon Quest 12, which we're getting a remake of 7. We got HD remakes of 1, 2, and 3. It would be nice if maybe Dragon Quest fans got something new, but I don't know, maybe that's asking too much of Square nowadays. They're just now trying to get into the multi-platform strategy that they've been laying down the foundation for the past 2 years. Honestly, I think it's like we're lucky if we get to see anything from them from Tokyo Game Show.
Arcane says they're definitely making a sequel. Oh, he's talking about Tango. Hi-Fi. Yeah. Arcane, hope you're doing good, man. Thank you for being here. Let's see who else. I don't want to miss anyone. Jacob Tupa, Scalebound is back on the menu, boys. Let me say,
you know what?
I was only ever excited about Scalebound because only one reason. We didn't have Monster Hunter on mainline consoles at the time. That's the only reason that I was excited about it. Because it had the fighting the big monsters and jumping on them, and we had Dragon's Dogma, but that wasn't enough Monster Hunter to give the vibe, right? That was the only reason that I was ever excited for Scalebound. I really don't care for it now. It's like Devil May Cry and Monster Hunter, but I don't know.
Yeah, hunting is not the focus in Dragon's Dogma.
Right. It's just.
Whereas in Monster Hunter it is. You know what? I'm this may be a controversial take, and maybe the community, maybe the chat will roast me for it, and go ahead if you want to. Because even I'm a bit skeptical of my own take. If Scalebound was ever going to come back in any capacity, I want Capcom to do it. I want Capcom to actually make Scalebound. They did it's basically just combining
Or
Devil
Square
May
Enix.
Cry and Monster Hunter. Do you want? No. I don't think Square has the. I don't think Square has the actual. I'm not going to say talent.
The cojones?
I don't think they have a cohesive vision for what Scalebound could be. I think Capcom is more suited to that task. But like I said, it's mainly just combining Devil May Cry and Monster Hunter. So
that's sort of why I was thinking
the perfect
about.
partner for it.
From what I've seen of Final Fantasy 16's combat, I've been playing so much 15. Final Fantasy 16 combat, it was very much Devil May Cry meets Final Fantasy. You never know. I've always said it, and I always use the example of Guerrilla Games going from a first-person shooter to an open-world robot dinosaur third-person game with Horizon. So you never know. You never know what happens when talent is bottled
Maverick.
up and cornered for
Agreed.
a long time. In Capcom we trust, he says. Highlander Grim, hey Red, have you tried out Sleep? That's what I need right now. Is Sleep Rock. Deep Rock Survivor, highly recommended. I love Deep Rock Galactic. Love that game. I own it. I haven't played it in a very long time because it's one of those games you just had to play with friends. And but no, I haven't tried that out yet. I saw the announcement, but I actually didn't watch the trailer. I thought for some reason it was like an
Got
expansion.
very good reviews. Very, very good.
What is it? Is it like a spin-off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it more of an extraction shooter?
Well, Deep Rock Galactic's
The
an
first one
extraction shooter. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was more of a Left 4 Dead type of game. All right, never mind.
It
Continue.
combines the two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very fun, very claustrophobic and scary at times. It's really fun, and it's like silly because you're playing as 3.5 feet dwarves.
For Carl.
Yeah, that's right. The
Don't
shout-outs.
rock and stone. You ain't going home.
Yeah, I love the shout outs of that game, or the call out, or what is it called, the barks, whatever. Anyway, yeah, Tokyo Game
no
Show.
big-
No big.
No big
I can't
Microsoft
think of any.
announcements.
I can't think of anything other than Forza. That's the big thing that everyone wants. I can't think of anything.
And
massive.
if there is going to be a Microsoft announcement, honestly, it would probably only be the one, right? It's not like they're going to be.
They have a show.
They have a show. What do you
They
mean? They have a
they have a
slot?
showcase. Yeah,
They
they
Microsoft?
have a showcase for an hour for yeah Microsoft.
Oh
yeah.
wait! What the hell? You're right. They even said
Oh.
you don't want to miss this, didn't they?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I
an hour
forgot
long.
about that. Well,
That's
I
why
forgot
I'm-
about that.
That's why I'm
Starfield
upset. I'm
DLC,
like,
Elder
I gotta-
Scrolls 6, Fallout 5. That's what's coming. You heard it here first. Tokyo Game Show, Microsoft. No. I don't know what big. I don't know. I don't know. It's a. I can't really guess because I don't know what's been massive and announced at
Ninja
Tokyo
Gaiden?
Game Show.
Maybe another look at Ninja Gaiden 4.
My TV just turned off. I don't know what's happening behind me. Sorry, continue.
I don't know. It seems like Japanese gamers, and I don't want to stereotype, but it seems like they're warming up to more Western type games. I'm seeing a lot of excitement for Outer Worlds 2 over on Japanese social. Which,
Is that something you frequent? Japanese social?
no, it's just I follow a lot of Japanese Xbox people on Twitter,
Gotcha.
and they've all mentioned like wanting to see Outer Worlds 2 at the broadcast during the broadcast.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's definitely a lot more. I think it goes both ways too, though, right? Is Western games over there, where like I think Western gamers are embracing Japanese style games a bit more. So
Sorry, continue.
Outer Worlds 2 makes sense. They've already given kind of the big scoop of that. If they want to show a little bit more, they could tease a little bit more. Forza makes sense. Ninja Gaiden would possibly be there. before Perfect Dark got canceled, I would say that would be a good place for Perfect Dark 2, honestly.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe Fable. Who knows?
I don't think Fable,
Maybe show off.
only because Fable,
Maybe show
I
off some
would
of that humor.
Fable, I would anticipate. I wouldn't say Fable because that is one of their. That's one of their main, like, major upcoming titles. I would say that they haven't really fully dove into yet. Tokyo Game Show doesn't seem like the place. That's definitely a Summer Games Fest or a most likely Game Awards type reveal, in my opinion.
What about Gears?
Gears Ide?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, they'd have Ide is the only one that they have they could show off. Nah,
Right.
I don't. Nah, never mind. Nah, forget it.
I don't think we'd see
No,
Gears Ide
get-
there.
No, if they're gonna do a January showcase like they've done the past 3 years, that's when we'll see Gears and Fable and maybe the Halo Combat Evolve remake for next year. Forza Horizon 6, yeah.
Exactly.
Honestly, Microsoft is the toughest to predict when it comes to Tokyo Game Show. Like, if you look at the other people participating, like Konami, Sega, Square, Capcom, you could eat. Some of them have even announced most of their lineups, and they have a few surprises, but when it comes to
correct me if I'm
Microsoft,
wrong,
it's just
but
weird.
Microsoft has been very back and forth on the whole thing. I remember watching Mr. Matty Plays, and he in particular was getting very excited when Microsoft and Phil Spencer was making comments about how they're going to start embracing more Japanese games, and they wanted to grow that side of the studio and grow those teams, and it seemed like they were heading in the right direction, right? We were getting kind of good comments, and then the last thing that happened that, at least in my opinion, really left an impression was Tango getting shut down. So you had this major Japanese studio that had just released a banger, and you close them down. So they then, ever since that, I don't remember ever hearing Microsoft or Xbox specifically really step in and talk and say, hey, we're really invested in continuing to develop our Japanese studios. Not that that's not a goal of theirs, but it wasn't. They tried to make it a selling point for the Xbox, and I don't know if that's necessarily still a selling point. Maybe Tokyo Game Show is going to be their opportunity to sort of say, no, look, we are really tripling down on this here, and there's just going to be a slew of surprises. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Because that might be way incorrect. I don't know. Because I don't necessarily follow.
I don't think they have to do that because they just got Final Fantasy VII Remake and 16 on Xbox. Final Fantasy is the biggest Japanese franchise in in our industry. So if you got the biggest Japanese franchise on your platform, you really don't necessarily have to say anything to like, we are really committed to having more Japanese games for our players. So, like, they're already doing that. They got partnerships with Atlas. They got partnerships with Atlas for their games. Like, Sega has always been a consistent partner for their showcases and Game Pass deals. Capcom is starting to port over their games to Xbox. Even the Mega Man collection, I think, also got announced for Xbox as well. Konami, all of their upcoming games are coming to Xbox, with the exception of the Silent Hill 2 remake, which will come
So it's
later
not
this year.
not so much first party, but they really
It's
did
not. Yeah, they
strengthen
don't
their
have a
ties.
first party.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. So they really strengthened their ties with the third-party studios to make sure that these games are going to
Yes.
make their way to Xbox versus in the past when they would have been
Yeah.
PlayStation
Now,
or PC.
now
Gotcha.
to add on though, Ninja Gaiden 4 is a collaboration with Koei Tecmo and Platinum Games, which are Japanese. It's being treated as a first party. It's got the Xbox Game Studios logo. They're getting support from Microsoft directly for that game, and for Kojima Productions, working on OD, which is a great segue, Red, to showing. Kojima actually showed off a pretty good chunk of OD today. I did not expect him to launch a trailer that long.
Yeah, they showed off enough of it for you to get an idea of what it's going to be.
Dude, it's
DeMarco,
PT. Come on, it's PT.
It's literally PT. It's literally PT. And so I guess everyone here has obviously watched it. The first thing that caught my eye, besides the visuals, was actually the sound design. How like crisp and clear and like real everything sounds, like from her breath, like when she walks, like, and you can like hear her breathing in through her nose specifically, and like the footsteps, it sounded like she might have been like barefoot because of just how everything about it I cannot stress how important sound is in video games, and it is something that is just especially horror games, man. And it got not only did it look absolutely incredible, it took my eyes a couple minutes to be like, are they doing that? Like when we first saw OD a few years ago, we were like, they just showed us like a live action trailer, and none of it was live action. It was all in Unreal, and I was like, holy shit. And this was the same case. I was like, oh, is this another live action? Wait, no, the first one wasn't live action. This is the game. This is actually the game. And it was super creepy. I have no effing idea what's going on. I was uncomfortable the entire time. She walks up to the candles and starts lighting them. And I was like, oh, there's a little eyeball like taped to the window, which scared me for no reason at all. And then like this big thing comes up behind her with these huge hands and grabs her by the head. I have no idea what's happening, but in what Kojima game do you ever really know exactly what's happening? I'm really, really excited about this as a huge horror fan. And I saw a lot of people tweeting out today saying we are getting spiritual successors to PT and Metal Gear Solid from Kojima, with Fizzant being Metal Gear, and then OD being PT, and I couldn't agree more. I really couldn't agree more. I'm really, really excited for PT. Kojima, if anyone's gonna do horror and sort of be like the A24 of video games, it's gonna be Kojima. I think, since he is sort of like the movie director of video games anyway. I'm really excited. DeMarco, what'd you think of the trailer?
It's Kojima. It's Kojima through and through, man.
Yeah.
Through and through. That's the bottom line, right? And you sort of know, it's weird to say, but you sort of know what you're getting into with the Kojima experience, in the sense that you have no idea what you're getting into with the Kojima experience, right? So it's a bit paradoxical, but I need to listen to that again with headphones, because I just had sort of, I watched it when I was at work, and I was specifically sitting outside while I was working at that point, and I just had it sort of on my phone with cars driving by, because I work on a busy street.
I was delivering mail at the time. I was on my break. Yeah, that's when I saw it too.
So I did not get, but as I really appreciate that he is getting to do what he wanted to. If this is going to be PT. And honestly, it's one of those things where Kojima, I have a lot of respect for him, because he could look at what happened to PT and the fact that it just, it didn't go out. Despite being kind of a cultural phenomenon when that released. There were so many videos about, what are the secrets? What are the puzzles? Did you notice this thing? Here's all these little details that, like, because the game itself was so well designed that there were things you could miss. And that's my favorite part about horror, is when you're like, oh my god, I didn't even see that thing there. Like, there was this eye that's staring at me through this tiny hole in the wall that I walked right past. It's not going with some kind of jump scare going and pull the camera over there. I've talked about that multiple times. But one of the things I respect so much about Kojima is he could have a situation like PT where it just doesn't go anywhere, despite being as wildly popular and as viral and sensational as it was.
Thanks, Konami.
Thank you, Konami, for shutting it down, because I would argue that now Kojima is able to come back and he's able to say, okay, I'm gonna do that concept, but now we're really gonna make that. Now we're really gonna make that concept. And when was PT? PT was
2014, and I know this because there are still PlayStations being sold on eBay that specifically say PS4 with PT included. Like, I thought it was 2017 for some reason. Okay, 2014. So it's even. So just think about how much time he's had to sit on that idea. But if he released PT in 2014, it would have been great. It would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
But
I-
now in 2025, he's coming out with OD.
Marinating
And-
after 10 years.
And
Yeah,
that's gonna be
exactly.
when Bethesda steps out and they're like, we've been working on this game for 10 years. It's the most legendary, blah 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 blah. And they start like Kojima's gonna come out and actually do that, right? That's the difference. That's the difference. So I'm very excited to see what it is. I liked PT. I'm not a massive Kojima fan, to be honest. You know, I have a lot of respect for him as a.
It's an acquired
as
taste.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for what he's done for the industry, and I have a lot, there's that reverence there for the impact that he's had. But as far as the game, like for example, Death Stranding, it's just simply not my game. But
I think he'd like Metal Gear, to be honest.
I would probably enjoy Metal. I've never, I should hop into Delta. I heard about the performance stuff.
The performance has gotten a lot better.
I'm sure it has. So I don't mind going in and trying it at some point. I probably will actually. Just not in the near future, but in the future. And so I have a lot of respect for him and what he's doing, and I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, same. Yeah, Assassin, what did you think, man?
DeMarco pretty much nailed everything that I wanted to say on the head, but man, when you were talking about when you were talking about the sound, when you were talking about the sound design, Red, I was like, even though I was outside and I was, the wind was blowing and everything, I could still very much feel like whenever the enemy was right behind Sophia's character, I felt like those footsteps were right behind me. Like the sound design from what he showed today, absolutely top notch. I've never seen a video where I felt like I was actually in the video itself.
Yeah.
And this is for a video game. This is based on Unreal. It's being powered by Cloud and Azure. That's why Kojima partnered with Microsoft. And, something that Jacob Tupa actually mentioned in the chat, I didn't hear about this, but he said, I like the rumor that OD is split into episodes, and each episode has a different horror director. Like Jordan Peele was announced as one of the directors for the game. I think it was last Game Awards, maybe the Game Awards before. But there's rumors that Guillermo del Toro is also participating. Kojima mentioned in an interview that he wanted to assemble like the Avengers of horror game directors.
Oh, I missed that.
So how in the world would that work with all these creative minds working together when they're all experienced in horror? And actually what Jake mentions, putting it in episode format. Jordan Peele for one, Guillermo del Toro for another one, and it keeps on going. Because what Kojima mentioned about OD and Fizzant, he wants to transcend the boundaries between TV, film, and games.
Right.
When he said that, it kind of felt like he was trying something similar to what Remedy did with Quantum Break. You know how in that game it bounces in between gameplay and TV? It feels like he's trying to bridge that gap a little bit more with games like OD and Fizzant. So that's basically the vibe I got. So yeah, maybe whoever started this rumor, maybe they're onto something. Because I would sure as hell love an episodic horror game with
it makes sense to
famous
me.
horror game director each time. It's because you'll never get the same experience twice.
Right, exactly. And it makes sense to me that Del Toro would be involved because they're good buddies. They work together, obviously, on Death Stranding, at least with Del Toro allowing his face to be put in the game. That's not his voice in Death Stranding, but it is his face. But he's obviously a big fan, Kojima, of Del Toro, and I'm sure the feeling is mutual between them.
Imagine John Carpenter.
Yeah, oh my God, that would be dope.
Carpenter has been wanting to do a Dead
Scott.
Space film for years.
Oh my God,
Ridley
man.
Scott.
Get Ridley Scott in there, I'm weird about Peele just because like his horror isn't horror. It's sort of like spoofy horror. Like there's always comedy in there, and that
it's a bit more thriller-like.
It's more thriller-like and like a fun ride. Like none of his movies have been like I'm scared. I'm just like even whenever it's meant to be scary, I'm like laughing. It's like it's unintentionally funny. I thought Us was really funny the whole time. Nope was very funny the whole time. Even Get Out was funny. It was just like these comedy horror movies. And I've heard that the other one that just came out, Him, is also just like the same thing. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying that it's bad. It's just that I don't want that in a Kojima.
You're just
Him-
not really
Him-
from. You
Him
don't
is
have his
not-
taste in horror, basically.
Him is not by him though.
Is it not?
It's no. See, it's very misleading because they put his name on it, but it was kind of just like his studio.
Okay, so he's
It's his
okay.
production studio, basically. So he
It's
wasn't
kind of
personally
like with
involved in it.
it's kind of like whenever
And that's-
I mentioned A24. It's not the same people every time. Although it feels the same every time, it's not actually the same people from A24 making those horror movies.
Yeah, this was another director, and that's part of the reason why it's kind of getting really poorly received, actually.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that it's a little rough.
Pulling
not
from
sure.
chat again. How would
Sam
you guys
Lake.
feel if Sam Lake was involved?
Dude, oh my god, I would be so happy.
I would
anything.
cry.
I
Sam
would love that. yeah.
Sam Lake and Hideo Kojima working on a horror game together.
Man, just anything.
Sign me up.
Just let them two work. I would love the idea of like the Avengers of video games coming together. I would love if like the people that are considered weird and niche, like the Alan Wakes, Alan Wake, Sam Lake, Kojima, Del Toro. Well, not Del Toro. It would be whoever the. Well, I
Horror,
guess I'm out of
horror
ideas.
directors.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that would actually be terrible. Creative's gotta create.
Yeah. They gotta be in their own lane. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They can
Let's see.
collaborate, but we're working on a project from beginning to end.
It's like-
that might be difficult if the
it's-
personalities aren't a good fit.
It's like when they got George R. R. Martin to help out with Elden Ring, and they were putting his name like he helped write the lore, and then when George R. R. Martin sitting in interviews, he's like, "Yeah, I don't know, I kind of just like came in and like made the name, and then just and they paid me $1 million for it, so I was like, all right,
Right.
that's cool."
Like, and everyone was like, he wrote the lore. Look, Game of Thrones. It's gonna be like Game of Thrones, but Souls. Like, it was nothing. It was just straight up just another From Software game,
Hey,
but it's open world,
DeMarco,
and it was
do you-
incredible.
Do you know Brandon Sanderson by chance? Apparently, he's a famous fantasy author.
No.
Look at that.
No.
He's never heard of him before.
To be fair, I didn't either, but I saw
You
this
could-
in an interview.
This is how I know you're not
Brandon's-
watching. But for the people who are watching,
There's only one book creased, right? Because I've only gotten to the one. I haven't done, and that's just book 1 out of like, I don't know, yeah, 7 or something out now. Because I took a break to read.
The Witcher. Oh, fantastic. Lord of the Rings. Sorry, upside down. It looked like it said The Witcher. It did it all. I love.
Those are right there.
I figured, yeah, oh yeah, I can see him from a mile away. God, The Witcher. I don't want to go on a tangent. Yeah,
Anyway,
Brandon
sorry.
Sanderson. Yeah, for the listeners, DeMarco has held up 3 massive books by Brandon Sanderson that he owns. That he's only gotten through 1. Books are good. They're good for your brain.
Yeah, apparently Sanderson was like, he pretended to be offended that From Software asked Martin as like a creative consultant for Elden Ring, and he's like, I bet I could do it better than Martin. It was like, dude, okay, like,
Yeah.
do you know fantasy? And then I looked him up, and he's like, oh yeah, I made a few fantasy books. I'm like, oh shit, and some of these have been rated pretty good, so maybe.
He's good. He's good. He has a very. He's interesting because his characters, especially like reading that first book of the Stormlight Archive, he has a lot of different books, but they all take place in what's called the Cosmere, so it's all kind of a united universe, I think. My understanding of it.
Yeah.
At least Stormlight Archive, it follows like 3 to 5-ish main characters, and it kind of bounces between them. They're all just walking stereotypes. Just all of them are like, oh, here's your Brandon Sanderson fantasy Jesus character. Oh, here's your disheveled like I'm gonna rise above the glass, the glass ceiling character, and here's your here's your underdog,
He relies on cliches and tropes for his books.
But he spends so much time world, because there's so much fluff in his books, so much fluff, that eventually you get to a point and it does kind of start to grow on you a lot. Like, I hate the trope of, like, he has one character that's literally just fantasy Jesus, and I hate that. I hate it so much that that's a character.
Like the chosen
But then
one.
eventually it gets to, and he's like 16 years old, but he's supposed to be this general that's like high and mighty, like, I've been leading the war effort single-handedly, kidding. Like, not that dramatic, but like kind of, right? And I'm just like, you're like 12, like, stop it, just don't,
stop
like,
pretending.
I cannot relate to this whatsoever. And then even in my head, he's still like 40 years old. He's just brittle, you know. He's like Blackwall. I see him as Blackwall from Dragon Age. But he grows on you eventually. I don't want to dwell on it, but it grows on you. I actually really like it. It does grow on you.
But yeah,
quite a bit.
Yeah, so OD, Jake Tuba says, still waiting for you to finish your book, George. Yeah, that'll never happen.
Before we ended Reddit, I just want to get your opinion on one more horror creative working with Kojima on OD. Please
tell me it is Flash director and It director. Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name.
You don't even remember the name.
I literally was listening to a podcast talking about him today. Oh my god,
Sam Raimi.
Sam
Raimi
would be great though. That's a really
okay.
He is a legend. He is very unique.
Sam Raimi was not who I was going for, but I was referring to Stephen King.
Oh yeah, Stephen King. Which Stephen King's been a little.
If you read King's books, I mean, it's basically pre-Kojima to me.
I mean, he is definitely weird. That movie just came out that was based on one of his books, The Long Walk, and apparently there's like a legal battle now. It's great. Mike Flanagan, BT Maverick says yes. Mike Flanagan, it's another one. Let me see. Muschietti, that's who it is. Muschietti, who does
Andy Muschietti.
Andy Muschietti, yeah. Because it was just, I loved it, and I loved it Part 2 even more, which is really rare for sequels, for any sequel. I feel like for anyone, right? Sequels usually aren't better and better, except
The
for
Dark
games
Knight.
like, right? I know that, and then Rise came out. I liked Rise, but Gears of War is another good example until 4, and then
Mass Effect, Halo 2.
Oh man, Mass Effect. Yeah. It is rare, but like I just mean like as they go on. But it is true. He just ended Part 2. Really excited for the TV show. But yeah, those kind of guys, I would love that. Mike Flanagan is a great idea. Yeah. Really excited about it. Kojima, keep doing things. Yay. Thank you all so much
Fizzin', though?
for nothing on Fizzin'. Nothing.
Like you're not excited for that one?
I'm like massively excited for it. We just don't know anything about it. So.
Well, he said it's a stealth espionage, just like Metal Gear.
No, I know it is Metal Gear, but like we haven't seen.
Yeah, he showed off the artwork. He showed off the artwork, and he showed off a couple of. He announced some of the actors are participating in the game.
Yes.
Apparently, Robert Pattinson's the main character.
So you can't play
that's the rumor going on.
You could only see him as a Twilight Princess fairy guy.
so
you can't play it then, right?
Exactly.
Right?
And he hasn't showered. Right? He's not going to shower in this one either, and then you'll hate it.
You know, I was just rewatching that with Holly when she was talking about how he didn't bathe for the Christmas episode like a few months ago.
Yeah.
I was rewatching that. I was like, how the fuck? How did we get on that conversation?
I mean, it's my favorite Batman movie. I don't know. I love everything about it.
Yeah,
I hate for.
He kept saying he wasn't there yet. He's not at that point yet. And
he's not.
He's not at that point yet. And it was like, he's just not right in the head. And I kept screaming at you like, dude, when has Batman ever been right in the head, man?
No, I know. Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah, he's got issues, especially like in the comics and whatnot. Which you could probably talk about that later. But
yeah,
real quick. Well, fuck it. Let's just talk about. Let's talk about it real quick. Speaking of Batman. Absolute Batman is blowing everyone away, apparently, Assassin.
So, for those of you who are not comic book fans or comic book readers, which I'm guessing is pretty much everyone in chat but me, so the Absolute Comics run from DC Comics has been blowing everyone's expectations out of the water. So, to give people some context, the Absolute DC Comics run is basically where Darkseid has captured the Spectre, who is the progenitor god of magic, and he remade the universe in his own image. So, how DC describes it is, if the mainline universe is being powered by Superman energy, which is, what we know from these characters, Superman being raised on Earth, Batman being rich, and Wonder Woman being an Amazon, this one is being run by Darkseid energy. To where, if the heroes of Earth are to ever survive, their light has to shine brighter than before. But the thing is, these heroes have gotten a downgrade, and their enemies have gotten an upgrade. The Absolute Batman run currently is one of those very phenomenal runs that I wish DC would actually embrace a bit more. So, in this one,
I wouldn't be
Bruce-
surprised if it ends up getting an animated, like DC Animation Studios.
I would love it.
end up
I would
doing
love
this
it.
thing eventually, yeah.
But in this run, Bruce's parents, his dad is dead, his mom is alive. He's 24 years old. He's working as a city engineer. He's poor. He grew up with his enemies. He grew up with Oz and Edward Nygma and Harvey Dent. He's just starting out, just like Batman Year One. The Joker, however, is the exact opposite. The Joker's a billionaire. He's got powers. And he's got hella influence. And apparently he's a fucking demonic creature.
He looked like,
But anyway-
he looked like Anti-Venom is what he reminded me of. He straight up just looks like Anti-Venom. From
He
Spider-Man.
looks like a horn-ass demon.
He does. He
it's
looks
just-
like a who's the artist that does Spawn?
Fuck.
God.
I don't read Spawn comics. so I
McFarlane.
don't know.
McFarlane. Todd McFarlane.
Todd McFarlane. Yeah,
Todd
that-
McFarlane.
that's-
Yeah. That's exactly what
Yeah.
he reminded. He looked like a creature from that. Yeah.
Yeah, so Scott Snyder, who's actually writing the current Absolute Batman run, anyone who's read the new 52 Batman comics knows his stories well. Absolutely love the new 52 Batman run, by the way. He showed off the first look at Absolute Joker. And for some reason it broke the internet.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many people going on Twitter to comment about a DC Comics character like this in such a very long time. And it's for a DC Comics run that is absolutely blowing sales charts.
I imagine
So
it
it's
was
just-
sort of like the reaction was sort of like when this came around. To be honest,
DeMarco, did you
Well,
see?
why did that?
The
Why
Absolute
would
Joker?
that be? So
No, I
for
haven't, but-
audio listeners, DeMarco's holding up the
like-
Killing Joke.
But like when this,
I don't know.
I mean, the
Yeah.
artwork in I mean, obviously, right? That's
That's the
iconic.
iconic. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
the icon, right? Like when this came around, it was huge, and I'd like to imagine that the response to it was sort of along those lines. There's some cool artwork in the back of this one because this is like a special version of it, but like right there.
Also, Red, I
love-
forgot to mention.
love
So I
the-
mentioned
I don't-
how the Joker is a
I don't know
billionaire
why
in
that
this
would
universe.
be. Well, hang on a second. I don't know why that would
Yeah.
be controversial. Though. Like that looks like iconic Joker from the TV series.
No, this
from
is
video
this is
games.
the Killing Joke, right? So this is an absolute Joker. This is not, if that's what you're confused about.
No, I'm saying like you're saying at the time people were like losing their minds about that in a bad way.
No, in a good, like, oh my god, like that they like appreciating the design of it. I would like
Okay.
to imagine that the way that people are responding to absolute Joker now, they respond to this, but like favorably, right? Like the artwork.
So
in the opposite way.
I shared the post,
Gotcha.
DeMarco, to your Twitter in the DMs about Absolute Joker. Yeah, he looks pretty fucking terrifying. I love the quote retweets on that tweet, by the way. So many people were just like, how are people still living in Gotham at this point? Like, I would not be Batman if that was my Joker. Like,
Oh,
for
actually, I did
fuck's
see
sake.
this. I did see this. Yeah, I did see this.
You did see it. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Bane is, like... So this universe's Batman is 6'7", and this universe's Bane is just the size of a fucking building. Mr. Freeze is a literal freeze demon, mutated by some prehistoric virus or some shit. It's basically turning all of Batman's villains into Elden Ring bosses at this point.
I'm gonna put a picture of, if I can, of Absolute Joker on screen for anyone to see. There's Absolute Joker right there on screen for you, and I'll just leave it up there for anyone who wants to see.
But all I'm saying is, Red, the storytelling in Absolute Batman is phenomenal. Like, getting us to actually see his villains in a new light, while also retaining who they are from the main universe. You don't get these type of comic experiences nowadays, because DC and Marvel are too afraid to keep building on what's already there, so they keep all their characters in a certain status quo. I like it when DC and Marvel experiment and do stuff like this.
It's coming at the right time, and the comics are the place to do it, especially because I think comic book fans going out and seeing whether it's a modern DC movie or a modern Marvel movie, like, even, I know that you guys have your opinions on like the new James Gunn Superman. I personally really liked it, and had a lot of fun with it. But too. You did. I know others don't feel the same, but when I could very well see comic book fans, it's sort of a double whammy, because on the one hand you look at that and you know, you can get something that is very comic accurate and have a lot of appreciation for it and be like, I'm a huge comic book fan and I really like this. On the other hand, you can look at the fact that a lot of this does start to feel the same, and then when something like Absolute Batman comes out and they're like, hey, we are not like this, we're not constrained by whatever you think we are.
Yeah.
That can be equally exciting as a comic book fan, because it gives something actually new that we haven't seen in comics and we haven't seen on the screen for the past 15 plus years. Right? And so now ideally that gets brought into, and there's a lot of ways they can use that. Like, imagine fans of Absolute Batman and seeing Absolute Joker, like Injustice 3 comes out, and now instead of just doing normal Joker, they're doing Absolute Joker as one of the, right? It gives them so much more creative possibility. That is exciting.
I would love an Absolute Batman skin in Injustice 3.
I mean, just think about how cool that would be as a storyline, right? Because Injustice already deals with the multiverse, so be like, you know what? We've already done the god, like, Superman was evil. We did evil Superman. Injustice 2 did more evil Superman. So you know what? Now let's do good Superman. But they actually have their absolute counterparts, and that can be, I like, obviously the Absolute, they're still the heroes, right? But I think it would be interesting to see that dynamic where either they're, and it would play out very similarly, probably, right? Like, oh, they're going against each other, then they team up and go after Absolute Joker, who's the real bad guy, whatever. But anyway,
to highlight a bit more how crazy the Absolute run is, Red. Like, I mentioned it to Holly about Absolute Superman last night. Like, Absolute Superman is
how tall is he,
dude? It's I think he's normal 6'2", like his main universe counterpart. But anyway, this is a Superman that grew up on Krypton until he was 12 years old. So he knows how corrupt Krypton was. Then he got sent to Earth as a teenager, and he sees Earth on the same path that Krypton was on. So he's just like, is it just the same for every freaking planet? Like, what am I even doing? Why am I even saving people at this point? They're going towards the same path. And then you look at Wonder Woman. She was taken by Cersei and trained as a witch, but she's still as strong as an Amazon. So she's going around the world like a paranormal investigator / superhero / Amazon. It's just, I love it when DC, Marvel, and all these comic book like makers, I love it when they experiment and put new twists on characters that we know and love, because it fits. Like, all this fits.
I have Absolute Superman on screen.
Absolute Superman looks like a fuckboy, by the way.
Yeah,
Absolute
he
soup.
kind of
I
does.
have a
little
feeling
bit.
that Holly's gonna love that run if she ever starts reading it.
He looks a little bit too like trying to be edgy, but not edgy. Like,
Yeah, he's
Did-
got like the long hair and
crazy about
stuff.
it.
Yeah, but DeMarc, you gotta
black
remember,
suit looks
Kryptonians
cool.
are not very good at expressing their feelings. And this is a Superman that was raised on Krypton, not in Kansas, where he was taught to express his feelings.
No, I get it. I just I don't know.
Yeah,
By the way,
I'm not
that
a
suit of
fan.
his. By the way, Red, that suit that he's wearing, that's
Yeah.
the Fortress of Solitude. By the way,
I'm not that big into the lore, so you'll have to explain to me that.
it's basically his base, his home base.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
You
right.
know-
That's the big icicle. Yeah. Right.
Yep, he's literally wearing it
Okay, interesting. Here, I'll put up
because
absolute.
his powers are out
Batman,
of control. Yeah.
just in case anyone hasn't
Yeah.
seen absolute Batman. Jesus Christ, it's
Dude,
pretty wild.
I've been loving the absolute DC Comics run. I wish that you guys would read it too, but I know you all are busy.
I honestly, I have a couple comic stores, or one in particular near me that I would consider going to pick it up.
there you go. Absolute Batman is on screen.
I'm not
now.
big enough into comics to. I don't know how much they cost anymore.
I think they're like $5.
Okay, that's not so bad. As long as it's like, if it's like $5 or less, then I would absolutely pick them up. I'm just not big enough into comics to do it beforehand. I know like DC has the virtual app and you could get them, but I don't know if I think
Same
it
with
takes-
Marvel, yeah. By
yeah,
the
I
way,
think it takes a
his
while for them to get added to that though.
Batman's like bat symbol on his chest can turn into a fucking axe, which he's holding, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's insane. I love it, dude. I love how just wild
his
that
cape,
is.
his claws. Like I love how it emphasizes his new status as an engineer, because he's not a billionaire. He's not. He doesn't have all this access to advanced technology. He doesn't have Alfred. Like he's using his actual wits and intelligence that he learned on the streets
He's
to
like
be
Spider-Man.
Batman. Kinda without the powers, but yeah, basically.
Yeah, like intelligent. Like he's building his own stuff and he's using his own wit to build a suit and stuff like that. Yeah.
All I'm
Yeah.
saying is to anyone in chat, if you have the time, if you have a few bucks to spare, please, I beg you, read the Absolute Batman run at least.
I tried to get into comics. I tried but the problem I have with getting into comics is Absolute is something different because that's like very cut and dry. Like you follow Absolute Batman and you just read the Absolute stuff. I tried to do it from like some of the comics leading up to Flashpoint to get into the New 52, but I'm someone who like I need to be looking at everything. So if there's some
Yeah.
spin-off story that they reference about Wonder Woman, I'm like, was that done in the comics? Like, I gotta read that. Where's that? And then I'm like, well, in order to understand that
Oh,
comic,
yeah.
that thing's referenced, I gotta read 7 other Wonder Woman comics. But then the Wonder Woman comic brings up that thing over there, and now I gotta go read that. And I can't, like, I don't know how to just turn that part of my brain off to be like, I'm gonna read
No,
this.
no. I completely understand. I completely understand that. I'm not going to hold that against you at all. Because
I used to have a
I
piece
got
of
into
paper.
comics.
Sorry.
I got
Go
into
ahead.
comics reading from the New 52. I just read the New 52 onward. If I wanted to go back and experience any of the comics beforehand, then I'll be like, okay, then I'll just pick up the main issue or the main story for those comics and just be done with it. But I'm not going to go back and read every freaking comic for Action Comics just to know everything about Superman. That
Yeah.
is not what I'm going to do.
No, I
What-
just wanted to do flat, like just basically the stuff leading up to Flashpoint itself, and then start with New 52 and go from there. That's what I wanted to do, but when I was looking at how the reading order for the New 52, because there's not really a reading order, I was just getting lost, and there's tons of guides online, and I'm just too stupid to understand them because I'm not good at reading. I
think it just depends on the characters that you
It's
want to read.
1,200 page books behind me that I've gotten through, but I'm just not good at reading, so I can't understand the very clearly written guides to understand what I'm supposed to read.
No, that's fair. But like I mentioned,
One-
it's just picking a character that you want to read about and then just staying with it. But I understand where you're coming from, where you want to, learn about the lore for everything.
No.
But
It's
yeah.
one.
Anyway,
It's
what were you saying,
dude.
Red?
It is one of my DeMarco and I are 100% in line with this kind of stuff, to our own detriment sometimes, I'm sure, because I'll get so excited about something, and then I'm like, to get prepared for that thing that I'm so excited about, I have to dive deep, start from the very beginning of time in this universe that I'm excited about, up until the point to where this movie starts or this video game starts. Like, for example, Ion Storm is in chat. Shout out to you, bro. Guys, go subscribe to Ion Storm. He has been working so hard. He's a content creator. He covers all the kind of stuff that we cover here. Can we just click on your name and go to your channel? Yeah. To click on his name, go to his channel there, Ion Storm, and give him a
DeMarco,
like and a subscribe.
if you want me to like give you some pointers, then I will. It's just, there's some stories that they mention certain events or characters in other stories, but those are not necessarily needed to understand the story that they're setting up. It's just something like, oh, hey, if you know that character, like, hey, okay.
DeMarco has linked Ion Storm's channel in chat.
Ion Storm?
Please go.
Ion, if I could make one suggestion for your thumbnails, if you're going to keep using your face in them, which is fine, I would make that bigger.
Make your face bigger. Yeah, exactly what I was going to say.
That's what people gravitate towards. Like, your eyes and just our minds are trained to lock onto faces and to zoom, to hone in on those things. So if you're gonna keep putting your face in it, I would recommend making that bigger instead of this tiny thing, because otherwise, you think about, like, people are looking at this on a small phone screen most of the time, or even if they are on a desktop, right, and they just see a wall of your videos, it kind of, like, you get mixed into the background, and honestly, then it just confuses where my eyes are supposed to be looking at on your thumbnail, because you have you as a small element, and then some of your thumbnails, you have a lot of, like, text in 3 different places, because you'll have the game logo, kind of a headline, and then maybe like a sub-headline I see in some of them, and then also you. So it's like, all right, where do I look? So make yourself bigger. It'll call more attention to it.
Yeah, try to like offset yourself maybe a little bit, something like that. Just experiment with it. But that is the first thing that I'm so glad that you went there with that. Yeah, make your face bigger. We want to see your face.
If I was good at YouTube, my channel would be a lot bigger than it is. So
YouTube is so fucking difficult, man. You should have like 1 million fucking subs. Your content is great. By the way, all of our links are in the description below, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel if you haven't yet, and subscribe there. Go check out
even
DeMarco,
though you're here.
Even though you're here in the right place. But yeah, shout out to Ion Storm. But I was gonna say, to my detriment of loving IPs and jumping into new IPs, or IPs that I'm already familiar with, I am a huge fan of Vampire the Masquerade, right? And I know all about the lore. But in order to get even more ready, I've been watching this YouTuber Primogen, who is like all about the Vampire Masquerade series, and he breaks down all the lore, does these great videos, and I feel like I had to finish his series before even getting into Bloodlines 2, which is coming soon, just to like double down on my knowledge, so that way I get it's the best feeling in the world. Like, DeMarco, we talk about The Witcher, and there is so much in The Witcher 3 and just the games in general that you are so rewarded for knowing all of the little references that just go right over people's head.
I really want to read those books again too, because I feel like trying to understand them the first time through, because of the way that he changes his writing style, and like trying to be like, what? And because I forget, someone told me what the actual term for it is recently, but there's like a story inside a story inside a story at times. Literally, it goes like 3 of those deep, and I'm just like, and there's so many cool moments in it that I feel like just went because I'm just trying to. And it got to a point where I was just trying to finish them too. Honestly,
Same.
The books, even though I was enjoying them.
Yep.
I was like, I just want to read something else.
It's whenever like they meet Avalok in the cave in Time of Contempt or Baptism. I can't remember, but I'm like, can we get out of this cave, and can you stop giving me this monologue about the different spheres and the conjunction of and where you came from? I'm like, dude, This is not
Which
all
that's
about you.
super important stuff too, though, because even
It
in, like,
is.
The Witcher 3, like that's crazy important details.
It's like the whole reason that the world of The Witcher exists is because of the conjunction of spheres and whatever. It is really interesting, but there are times in the Witcher books where I'm just like, hey, come on. But anyway, yeah, that's absolute Batman. I'm gonna end this. Seems like Christian Bale is everyone's favorite Batman. I think I might have been the only one that voted on Pattinson as my favorite Batman.
Bale's my favorite. Pattinson is really good, but
He's a great
one voted
year
for
one
Affleck.
Batman. No one. No one
voted for Ben Affleck.
I thought he was a good Bruce Wayne.
I would have voted for Kevin Conroy if he was in the options.
In
but
the-
I know
Yeah.
You were doing live action. So.
Right.
Yeah,
and he,
Bale is my
technically
live-
he was
but
in
Conroy
live
is
action
Batman.
in the terrible Spence TV series where he's like in a giant mech suit. For
You talking about
whatever.
Crisis on Infinite Earths?
I think that's what it was, and it's like I think it's after
It was.
Bane broke Batman's back, so he had to wear the suit. So he's walking around the mansion like, he's like, Catwoman. I didn't think you like get the fuck out of here, man. So, but what are you gonna do with a 70-year-old Kevin Conroy? So whatever. That was us getting live action Kevin Conroy. But anyway,
I miss Kevin Conroy. I've been replaying Arkham Knight. I
Keaton
miss him so
was
much.
great too. Yeah, I loved Keaton. Did I put Keaton in there? I
Yes, you did.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 25%. Okay, good. Shout out to Jesse James. His
King
my
Styles.
eyes lock onto booties. Thank you. King Styles, thank you for being here, bro. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well, King Styles. Wacko Games. Sony fans are talking OD knock, but giving Microsoft and Xbox zero mention. Yeah. It's like they
Technically, we didn't
forgot
either.
that it's an exclusive, right? Like, which I don't know if that's going to change in time, by the way. But it's an Xbox first-party game, so we'll see. I don't think it's going to stay exclusive, but yeah, good to point that
It's
out,
not.
Wacko Games. Yeah, I don't think it is either, and it shouldn't be. Everyone should be able to play everything, but whatever. That's a whole other thing. Hey, here's something that I'm really excited about. DeMarco, you're going to lead the charge with this.
Horizon Zero Dawn coming to Xbox?
Xbox, Horizon Zero Dawn coming. Ghost of Tsushima. Last of Us, Spider-Man, it's all coming. It got leaked. No, that was very quickly debunked. Apparently, that whole thing.
It
But,
was, yeah. Those links have
yeah.
been a thing since Horizon Zero Dawn came to PC, so like 2019.
Yeah.
It's been a thing for years. Don't know why people are all of a sudden just like, oh, it's finally coming to Xbox. I'm like, you think Sony would launch all these games at the same time on Xbox? Like,
Yes.
No, I
Yes.
don't think they would.
Yes.
Not even Microsoft is doing that.
yeah. Anyway,
So, no,
but
I don't think Sony would, but anyway.
So I am recently, over the past about a year, I love watching roleplay videos and series of video games, and it is so fun to watch. It sounds like the stupidest thing ever, but like I watch GTA 5. I follow Lenny Barn. If anyone, I'm sure if you watch GTA roleplay, you know who Lenny Barn is. He's so fun to watch. I also watch Fresh Spawns, who also do Daisy and Stalker server. Daisy Stalker server specifically, every now and then for roleplay. Everyone's in character all the time, and you're just sort of like living in the world and just having fun. It because everything. The fun thing about roleplay servers is that they have rules, so you can't just run around and start shooting people and ruining the experience because you get banned immediately, which I love. You have to be in character. You have to be whoever you are that day. Like I'm gonna be in GTA. I'm gonna work at Cluckenbell or whatever. Is that GTA? Cluckenbell? GTA? I think so. I'm just gonna work at this convenience store, and that's who I am. Or I'm gonna go be a cop. That's who I am. I'm gonna, whatever. And you can get pulled over by cops who are also other players. They're all completely in character. And how you doing tonight? And you can hand them your ID, because a lot of these RP servers that are not on PC, obviously, they are heavily modded to give you all these different options. And it is just insane what they have done with GTA roleplay, specifically on PC with mods. Anyway, there's so much to love about it, but news. So go ahead, DeMarco. What is the news?
Grand Theft Auto has officially stated they're partnering with No Pixel, I think they're called.
No Pixel,
They're
yeah.
partnering and to bring official roleplay servers to Grand Theft Auto, which is very, very interesting. They are doing it now. I have a hunch they want to be able to bring this to have it ready for GTA 6 at launch, or close to GTA 6's launch. But it's very, very cool that they're going to. It seems like they're going to have official servers. This studio has worked to bring it to other games such as Arma 3, I believe, and some others as well. So this isn't their first foray. They are a dedicated company to hosting and creating roleplay servers. And ideally, it just gives an opportunity to kind of expand it. Now, there's some, you know, for some people, I could see we've talked about it on the show in the past that it can get really weird. Like you're not allowed to say, you know, sort of press
Keyboard.
the X. Yeah,
Yes,
like press
exactly.
the F key to do this. You have to be like, use your F muscles.
Yes,
And
exactly.
Just say the like. Why can't you just say the F key, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yep.
Some people take it really seriously. I honestly, I think it's just some people really love it. I think it'd be fun to try.
Yeah.
But I also feel as though the reason why it's as popular as it is because there's a lot of content creators that are at this stage in their careers very good at roleplay because they do it and they're trained in like just over time organically, especially because these are streamers and let's players. They've practiced. They might have even went and done improv classes. I know, like I think like Markiplier actually took professional improv classes to get better at it.
Oh, okay.
So, not saying all of them have done that, but you know, some of them are actors. Like literally, some of them are actors. They are trained. They went to school for acting. So that makes it more entertaining. It's sort of if anybody watches like Critical Role, it's sort of the D&D effect. It's called the Matt Mercer effect, where people who are new to D&D, they're like, oh, I watched Critical Role, I want to try it. And then they sit down, and what they don't realize is D&D is not like every player at the table is an improv actor that's able to riff off and make these whole storylines and creative things, and the DM's not making sound effects for every single event, like arrows, like like arrows flying by, like whatever. Like they're not doing that. Colt Eastwood, I know, can do some good sound effects with his voice, but most people can't. So that's not what. So everyone gets this idea of what it is, and if you think about like, oh, I'm gonna go play server in GTA, you're not going to find that. You're going to find a bunch of people like someone playing D&D for the first time, where it's like, hi, I'm a cop. Can you show me your license, please? And you can. Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Okay, you were right, and so it's just not. That's not the like. If you want to see a good example of this, Markiplier has a roleplay of GTA Online. It's Stan the Waterman.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Stan the Waterman is effing. I was crying laughing when I was watching this. It is so goddamn funny. But like, that's not what most people can do. Like, it's just not. It's just not. And he's even meeting with other popular content creators. You might not know them. You probably never heard of them, but they are, and those are the ones that he pals around with, and it happens to be those are the ones that are the funniest, right, and the most entertaining. So, it's cool. It's a cool thing to check out, to try out, to hop in and mess around in, and it's cool that it's getting some official support.
Yeah, and I'm really excited at the prospect. I mean, the idea of jumping in with friends and role playing with them. I've seen that too, where it's like, we still know each other, but we have to give like our backstory. Like I've seen, like I said, Fresh Spawns do the Stalker mod, the Stalker roleplay server mods, and they're like, who are we? All right, we're from the UK because they are British, and they're like, okay, so we're like journalists. So whenever someone comes up to you, most 90% of the time with an Eastern European accent, come up to you and they're like, "Stop, where are you coming from?" And they're like, "We're journalists. We come from. We stumbled here. We're just trying to survey the zone or whatever, you know." It was a horrible UK accent. But you get what I mean. I don't know. It's just really fun to me. Like I've only messed around with role play servers like one, like maybe 2 times in my entire life. But you're right.
Mhm.
I do love just watching the interactions. It is so funny. It is so fun. And especially like with the Stalker DayZ servers, things get like really tense and serious. People make like whole on like movie edits of it, and it's insane how much time it would take to do that stuff. But there's a lot of passion there. John 907I, thank you for being here. Man, this bro would sound just like that. What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button. Please hit the like button. It's free. It helps out the channel massively. RSJ fan says, yes, it was a horrible English accent. I usually am pretty good about accents, but I've been doing the Australian accent for so long now that when I try to do a British accent, it's like, that was actually more, that was not Australian. That was, who's Taika Waititi? New Zealand. That's what it is. That's what I did. I get those two mixed up. But I've been doing those two accents for so long that now my British sounds like crap. And my camera totally just screwed up. So let me turn it back on, turn it off. Boom, man, we're back. Anyway, yeah, please hit the like button, everyone. That would be wonderful. Wonderful. Assassin, do you care about role playing? Specifically.
Not really.
Okay, but just video games?
I only care about video games.
You don't care about video
really
games?
I only care about video games. I don't really care about role playing.
Oh, you don't role play?
No.
At all? Okay.
I mean, if I'm role playing as a character that doesn't exist in this, then yeah.
Greymon has it. It's still not Australia. I know it was New Zealand. It was 100% New Zealand. They're very close. They're very close. I apologize, Monad and Ion, for for sullying your good names. Anyway, but that's okay. We don't have to talk. I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was really interesting because a lot of these communities, these online games, are alive still because that's what I was getting at, Arcane. Thank you. A lot of these online games are alive still because of these servers that people just make the fun out of whatever's there. They don't just play team deathmatch, and that's why it's alive. You know, they make their own fun out of it, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
You know what old school quote unquote role playing series or franchise? I don't know if that's what it could be called. That I
Find
used
the
to watch
Soap?
back in the day.
No. What?
Red versus Blue.
Oh, dude, that
Rooster
was
Teeth.
peak improv, dude. Man, that takes me back to the good old days. I remember riding the bus to school, watching Red versus Blue on my iPad or my iPod or where the hell it was called back in the day.
I know. I love how that one episode has like 1 million views about where the squad is fighting Agent Tex or whatever. And she's just botting them over and over, and she keeps hitting, I forgot his name. The orange one. She just kept hitting him in the balls at every point.
Yeah. God, I need to go back and watch
He's like,
that.
what is your problem with my balls?
Yeah. I miss those guys. Rooster Teeth died, and I think it's good because everyone that was worth anything, in my opinion, was gone anyway. Lots of controversy, and everyone is doing great on their own. Bruce Green from Funhouse and Rooster Teeth, please go check out his channel. It's called Brought You This Thing, is their like demo disc-esque channel. It's so funny if you like that kind of stuff. Someone said something. Oh yeah, Jake Tupac said, you know another game, DeMarco, where you can roleplay? Phasmophobia. Yes.
You know what I'm not gonna roleplay in?
There's also another game
The
called there's a $5 game that is like a knockoff Phasmophobia that I might just force everyone to play someday. But
Motherfucker.
anyway. Have you guys watched Congo? My friends and I constantly reference Tim Curry's horrible accent. Please call me her. I have not seen Congo. I know that Congo is about the gorillas and they're killing people, right?
Who the heck is Tim Curry?
Tim Curry, he's the original It. He's from he was in Scary Movie.
Oh wait, no, I remember now.
Yeah.
He was also in Home Alone 2, if I recall.
I think so. Wasn't he like the butler?
He was the bellhop.
The bellhop. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. Yeah, good. Look at that. Look at us.
This is the concierge.
Yeah. Speaking of concierge, nothing to do with concierge. Let's see.
Terrible segue.
Terrible segue. PlayStation Showcase coming
State
soon.
of play.
State of
tomorrow.
play. Is it tomorrow? I thought it was
I'm not
Thursday.
even gonna bother asking. No. I'm
Oh,
not
it
even
is,
gonna
the
bother
24th.
asking DeMarco if he's excited for anything.
I mean,
I mean, I'm excited to. No,
Go ahead.
No,
listen,
you're not.
Okay, never mind. No, I'm not everybody. I'm not excited.
I remember. I know how. So when we were talking earlier in our DMs on Twitter, they were like, "I don't know if I want." Like, it's a pain. Like, I don't like these smaller showcases. I'm like, really? You guys didn't say that for the partner showcases from Xbox last year?
No, I've
They're
said
the
that.
exact
No,
same
no,
length.
I've said no. I've said that. I've said this always about the. I do not like. I am not a fan of
Sony.
these. I'm not a fan of these small, like 30-minute like things. I don't enjoy them. They're just not as I find it more exciting if, especially because at times these games get revealed for the first time. Like, a lot of people are speculating this might be the first time that we see Wolverine gameplay. And I just think, how much more exciting would it be to see Wolverine gameplay if PlayStation stepped out and they said around E3 or part of Summer Games Fest, where there's kind of this bigger celebration of gaming going on,
Or
and
the Game
then
Awards.
you're the Game Awards, and you're seeing like all these announcements, and then bam, it's like, also we have the first look at Wolverine, not like, oh, we have some more Wolverine that we're gonna show off, because you already did it at your tiny little 30-minute thing. And or like around E3, right? They save their announcements, and they if PlayStation did an hour-long showcase and they say, this is all the super cool stuff we have coming our way, like, it's a great time to be a PlayStation fan. And when you have these 30-minute showcases,
It kind of undercuts it a bit, doesn't it?
and there's so many of them just sporadically placed at different times, it doesn't build as much hype for me. It doesn't build as much it doesn't generate as much excitement for me. And I overall, because I know I'm only getting these small snapshots, and there's going to be one headline game, and maybe I care about it, or maybe I really don't, and that's it, I go, all right. And that and more often than not, the headline game is something that I'm not hugely interested in, or I'm passively interested in, but not, it's one of my top picks. So I would rather get a big gaming event all in one place, save your reveals for that, instead of making these big announcements.
Yeah, Sony doesn't do showcases anymore. Not like Microsoft or Nintendo. Sucks.
But whether it's Xbox doing the partner showcase, or PlayStation doing the state of play, or Nintendo's done some smaller things too.
Yeah, the mini directs. The
Yeah,
partner
I don't.
showcases, indie worlds. Yeah.
They just don't. They do not get me that as excited. I'm still excited, but I want to be.
Is there
that,
anything that you want to see from tomorrow, though?
I mean, yes, I would love to see Wolverine gameplay.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that'd be good.
Right.
I'm with you on
I'm
that.
very excited. I'm very excited to see Wolverine gameplay. That's the thing. But I'm just not as excited
Yeah.
as I would be if it was part of this kind of bigger, higher production event.
Right. Strabatu.
That's-
I don't know. A little soon for that.
That's I
The
know, but that's
Venom
what
game.
we only want.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know which one we'll see first. What do you think we'll see? You think we'll see Wolverine first or Venom? Because I feel like
Well, the
Wolverine
ru-
is
well, the
like
rumor
long
is-
overdue.
the rumor is Wolverine is next year. Venom is 2027. Apparently,
Okay.
that's
Just
the
in time
rumor.
for
I don't
Elder
know
Scrolls.
How in the world? Anyone
did
who
talk
thinks
about.
that Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out in 2027 is a buffoon and needs to rethink their life.
What?
I don't know. I think
I
it
would
is.
say-
It's not coming out in 2027. It's coming out in
I-
2029 at the Earth.
I think it is.
Okay. That's horribly off. 2029 is terribly way too long.
Really?
And-
You think that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be in decent, playable shape 4 years after Starfield?
I would hope so.
Yes.
After fucking it being in development for 1,700 years. I mean, it's been in
Yes.
development since
They have-
2017.
as
I'll tell you what. If
listen,
Elder Scrolls
listen,
6
Well,
comes out,
hang on.
Sipping my last drop of tea for this one. As of 2018, or 2019, Bethesda had 250 developers that were still working on Starfield of a studio of roughly around 500 people. Some of those were working on Fallout 76. Some of them were on Starfield. The rest were on Elder Scrolls 6. So this game has been in at least early production since 2018. Now that's early production, so you have to think, okay, development cycles are taking longer than they ever had, so that is part of the equation. But pre-production, let's just say it's been about like 2.5 to 3 years. That takes us to about 2021, 2022, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's already 4 years of development when they're getting into it. Let's just say hypothetically, pre-production actually started around 2020, right? Even though they had a sizable amount of the team that was starting early development in 2018. Let's just say it had an extra 2 years because they were really working on Starfield, especially with some of the updates, and maybe some of the plans got shifted around a bit because Starfield was publicly received well, but the post-launch support hasn't been all there. They're working on the next DLC is going to be a big one. That I'm interested to see what they do next for Starfield. So let's just say 2021 is when they start full development, right? There's so many scenarios in which this game has been in early production, pre-production, and no matter how you want to math it, because I've seen all the theories, no matter how you want to math it, whenever they started pre-production or ended pre-production, 2027 still makes sense, because they're going to have at least 3 to 4 years of full development time. I don't like Starfield, no, RSJ. However, what I want to see from this new DLC is how they address feedback from Starfield as a whole, right? Like, how do they try to make it work? Because, well, listen, Far Harbor, and I know there's differing opinions on this, but Far Harbor was largely seen as Bethesda course-correcting from Fallout 4 to try to integrate a little bit more of the RPG stuff that they took out from the base game. And I think they did a very good job in that. So for Starfield, my prediction is that it's going to take place in one system. There's going to be fewer planets, but those planets are going to have more developed areas that are maybe like mini Skyrim-sized maps, right? If they do that, and then on top of that, they allow you to, which we've seen the data mines for this, where you can kind of freely travel between those planets, right?
Yeah,
so
the
they update that
interplanetary
mechanic.
travel.
And now that, especially because it was called the Terran Armada, so it's going to be based around something Earth related, right? So it maybe is even going to go back to the Sol system and flesh that out a little bit more, or maybe it goes to a new system, whatever the case. I have a hunch it's going to take place in one system, and it's going to, what I think they can do is, right now when I play Starfield, they have all these separate mechanics that I feel like operate way too independently of one another and don't work independently. If they're able to make a DLC that combines that and makes all of that feel much more interconnected, I think they already have a much better game. Is it going to fix Starfield for the majority of people that have already sort of forsaken it? No. But that, to me, and seeing them course correct, is what I'm going to use as a baseline for what I hope to see from Elder Scrolls 6. Because sort of the takeaways that they integrate into this DLC will likely be part of what they prioritize when it comes to Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Yeah, I agree with you on everything that you said. Even though I love Starfield to death, I can't deny those issues, the disconnects and whatnot. But I love them independently. Do they work well? No. But they are very disjointed from the main experience. But at least the option is there. Same thing with Fallout's base building. I didn't really interact with it too much, but when I did, I was like, this is fun. So anyway, I just went back to playing the Fallout side of the game. But we'll see. But anyway, Elder Scrolls 6, it's 100%.
If Elder Scrolls 6 comes out in 2027, I'll come on camera.
You'll come on camera. Well, that's not what we're not. We just want you to have your face cam on during the episode. Oh.
No. Well, yeah, during the episode, I'll have it on. I'll be wearing a mask, but I'll have my camera on.
That's all we've ever asked. We've said if you turn on your camera, you don't have to show your face. Just be on camera with a mask. That's fine.
Nah.
That's fine. It's totally not edgy at all. RSJ
Flip it.
fan,
Hold it.
Bethesda.
Sit on it.
Yeah, what is the timestamp? Yeah, I'll timestamp it. Anyway, PlayStation Showcase. I guess the things that I would want to see out of the PlayStation Showcase would literally just be Wolverine. I'm really interested to see how it is. Excuse me. How it
This
looks.
is a third-party showcase. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, Red, but
No, it's okay.
do you think this is where they make the Starfield to PS5 announcement?
They could, and they could like show.
I haven't seen anybody talk about that in their predictions yet.
According to Nate, it's a 2026 announcement.
Okay.
Well, so my personal answer was going to be they're going to announce it alongside the DLC, which they're not announcing the DLC at the showcase. That was my own prediction. That's what it has been.
Right.
But this would be an interesting place to do it.
It's sort of like how Stalker right now. You guys don't follow Stalker, but it has had like insane updates and features just added into the game based off fan feedback, and it actually just got a brand new update today, which it's not even an update. It's like the No Man's Sky effect, just free DLC, adding features, adding night vision, adding like completely reworking the game, and then by the time that it comes to another platform, it's ready for more AAA experience. Same thing with Starfield, same thing with Stalker. Stalker's coming to PlayStation. I agree with you. They're not just gonna announce it like, hey, go play Starfield and Shattered Space.
Nate also
It's
said
gonna be
coming to
announced
Switch too.
alongside of it's also it's gonna have this Terran Armada thing. A lot of people have said that the Terran Armada is not the expansion, it's more of like a big free update that introduces a big quest that introduces the new mechanics that people have been at. Because you know how Bethesda is, right? They add in like this huge feature into the game, but there's like a quest to introduce you as like a tutorial, kind of, as like with like the new features type of thing. That's what I've seen a lot of people say.
I don't think they would have teased it the way they did. If it was just an update.
No. I'm not saying Terran Armada. Sorry, I'm saying Terran Armada. Terran Armada is the next DLC. Is what I believe. But
Okay.
whatever the next. I'm saying let's just say interplanetary travel. Whatever that's going to be just free. That's not going to be part of Terran Armada. That is going to have a quest tied to it, like this new technology that we discovered. Come activate this quest, and then they'll teach you how to use that feature, I guess is what I mean. But Terran Armada, they did not put all that extra like let the fans pick it apart type thing just for it to be like a free. Yeah, I agree with you. But yeah, there you go. There you have it. Elder Scrolls 6 coming in 2027, November 17th, specifically 2027.
You guys are
That's
setting
release.
yourselves up for pain, but all right.
But yeah, PlayStation Showcase. I don't know. Wolverine.
Oh,
Ghost of Tsushima 3.
Any
what?
third party?
no. Well, also there was the leak that came out recently. I said leak. It was Insider Gaming covered it as a story. Colt talked about it on his podcast about Elder Scrolls 6 coming in 2027. That guy's video, where that originated from, it was just based on logical arguments that anybody could have made. So there was no sort of inside source or leak or anything like that. It really, he didn't have any sources. I've been saying 2027 for years. The arguments are the same thing we've been. The court documents and this and that and the other. So. There you
Wonderful.
go.
There you go.
That
So
was a
that's the
big nothing
PlayStation
burger.
Showcase. No.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you want to see from this? We're all over the place.
I just keep thinking of things. I keep thinking
No,
of things.
no, it's fine. The timestamp will be Elder Scrolls, Starfield, and PlayStation Showcase. That's how we'll get them. That's how we'll get them. But honestly, man, I really don't know what. I can't think of anything that we haven't seen that we would see here, like third party.
Saros, what's it called?
Saros from Housemarque.
Saros.
Yeah, which I'm not big on roguelikes anyway, but I know that Returnal was great. People really loved it, so and it's
Absolutely.
got Cooley.
Intergalactic.
What's his name? Cooley. Oh my God, he's
Rahul
so
Rowley?
funny. Yes, Rahul Cooley. Yeah, he is
Rahul Cooley, yeah.
hilarious. Speaking of Rooster Teeth, that's actually where I know him from. Was Rooster Teeth because he was there with Funhouse.
You know, he
and
actually
all those
voices a
guys.
character in Gears 5, by the way.
Does he? Yeah, he's actually in a lot of stuff. He was in Haunting of Bly Manor. He's been in a lot of. He's a great actor, man, and he does a perfect Anakin Skywalker. It's so
He was
good.
on iZombie on the CW when that show was airing.
He's like, why should I? I can't even think of it. I don't like sand. It's coarse.
So, Red, you don't think we'll see
Gets in my ass.
Intergalactic?
I don't give a F
It's
about
been 5
Intergalactic.
years.
It's everywhere.
Really?
Intergalactic. It's been 5 years. What do you mean? Oh, 5 years since The Last of Us.
Since since the sequel to The Last of Us came out, that we don't
That
talk
we
about.
love. I don't care, man. I don't care.
You should, because it's a space game, my friend.
Yeah, but it's got a woman in it, and you guys know how I feel about women. You know, as soon as I found out about Kronos, like I said, pre-order deleted,
Just be
baby.
honest, it's because it's PlayStation.
No, I honestly, I didn't. It looked. I didn't see enough. I don't know what the hell it's about. It's like whenever I first saw, like for example, let me. Here's a different example than what I was about to say. Whenever I first saw Callisto Protocol teased, I immediately understood what it was without seeing any gameplay or anything. It was just, it's a space horror game. I'm in, right? There's a very different, like you can say, if someone teased a fantasy game like Fable, I know that it's Fable, but fantasy is so broad. You could do, there's dark fantasy, high fantasy. There's so much that you can do
Steampunk
within
fantasy, pirate fantasy.
Yeah, like even like Cyberpunk, there is like the Shadowrun fantasy Cyberpunk genre. You know, it's like elves and orcs in the modern day with Cyberpunk. There's so much that you can do with it. So whenever, same thing with sci-fi. With sci-fi, it's really hit or miss for me. Like I don't know what that game is about. All I know is it's got the chick with a shaved head sipping on a straw, and she's got a laser sword. And Exodus.
Apparently, it's
looks
Naughty
really
Dog
great.
storytelling with Elden Ring freedom.
Right, and it's set on
that's
one
what the
planet,
description is.
right?
Basically, a
I didn't know
planet
that you
that
had that
hasn't
book, by the
been
way.
visited in 50 years.
Right, and so
Set
that's
in the
another thing.
A 1980s aesthetic, inspired by
Right.
Cowboy Bebop and the like.
Cowboy Bebop. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop. So, I don't know. I haven't seen enough to really get excited about it. Also, I'm not a fan of Neil
That's fair.
Druckmann whatsoever. I don't like him as a
yeah.
person.
I forgot.
I just there's a sour taste in my mouth. I'm
forgot about
sorry.
him.
I just yeah.
I just ruined it for myself. Damn it.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited for Intergalactic.
No,
Yeah.
you're not.
Yes, I am, because I am one of the only people on the planet that like The Last of Us 2.
Yeah. yeah.
Oh, Red, I forgot
is
that you
fine.
don't play Peak.
So I'm the only person in existence that, even though the story was not my favorite, can comprehend that the gameplay was quite thrilling and exciting for me.
It was.
And
We agree with you on that.
therefore I can see it as a good game, even though I didn't like the story. But I'm the
Yeah.
only one capable of doing that, so I'm excited for Intergalactic.
Yeah.
Hey, Red, you know what's going to be very satisfying for you and me, and Holly, technically? When The Last of Us Part 3 is announced, and we go online to see the reactions, and it's just non-stop hate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just like,
like
Intergalactic
after
got the
Part
same
2
thing.
story, I'm not excited for this one. I'm like, so...
We'll have to see. Kamanga, hello, welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here, man. Says, is the trailer out for OD? I am assuming is what you're asking about. Yes, it is out. Just type in OD Kojima, OD knock in YouTube. Go watch it. Watch it with headphones because I'm telling you, woo, it's fantastic. I'm really excited. And I think, didn't Kojima say that that's not coming out until 2030? I think that's something that we skipped talking about.
I think he joked about that. Maybe
He was joking.
talking about Fizzant.
Oh, Fizzant. Oh, okay. Yeah. That
Maybe he
makes
was
more
talking about
sense.
Fizzant.
Okay, yeah, I was like,
He's been working on OD for like 3-4 years by now.
yeah, well, probably longer than
Since
that. 'cause
like 2021 or 2.
yeah, I was gonna say back in 2020 is whenever he talked about making a game using the cloud.
And 2021
tech.
is when the rumors started that he was working with Microsoft. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
It was a few months after Death Stranding came out. Yeah.
Yeah. BT Maverick
Anyway,
says somehow
so-
The Last of Us TV show season 2 may be like The Last of Us 2 game. There were a lot of things that they did better in this TV show, and then near the end it just all falls apart, and I was like, man.
And
Here we
reading
go.
that sentence makes me think that Maverick's takes are a bit more messy. But anyway,
I mean, you
Regarding-
like what you like. You like what you like, man.
hey, I know,
Anyway.
but you can have terrible taste too. Anyway, so
I definitely do.
State of
I definitely
play.
do.
state of play.
Yeah.
No, you just bring terrible luck.
Yep.
State of play. So 5 minutes of Sero's gameplay, that is confirmed. I really hope they don't show more Ghost of Yotei. That game's already coming out in a week or two. You don't really need to show that anymore. Intergalactic, maybe is a possibility. We need to see Wolverine, though. I do agree with you both. Marvel Tokon, though, that's coming out to PS5 and PC next year. I don't know if you guys remember that Marvel anime fighting game from Arc System.
Yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah, maybe a new character reveal could be horizon for that game.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I honestly would love to see Daredevil or Deadpool. I would love to see like a Japanese-inspired Daredevil or Deadpool.
Did they show Blade yet?
No.
Nope.
they
I
didn't.
have a hunch if they do, it would be Blade.
Are you confusing Tokon with Rivals or
No.
no? We're on the
You're
same
talking about
page with-
Arcane. Are you talking about
What?
Arcane's Blade?
No, if they show a
No.
character in Tokon,
in
Oh,
Marvel's
sorry.
Tokon,
I'm
fighting soldiers.
completely misunderstood what you guys
I
were talking about.
suspect if they show a character, it's going to be Blade, because Blade is seemingly very popular right now, so I think they would want to try to capitalize a little bit.
Okay. You know what I just found
Possibly.
out, dude? Michael Jai White, the actor that plays Spawn in the Spawn movies, is fucking Blade in Midnight Sun, and I had no idea.
Oh!
You
And I'm
didn't
like,
know
of
that?
course it is. And then I didn't know that. I just found it out like 2
didn't know
days
that.
ago. And then I
I
think
heard
back,
him
I'm like, oh my
immediately.
god, that is his voice. I'm an idiot because the whole time
That
I'm
was a
playing
good
that
game.
game.
I'd go back and play.
I love that
Midnight
game.
Suns.
Love that game. I
That
put
was
like
fun.
90 hours in that game. It was so good. God, it was so
I
good.
want to try Helldivers though. I haven't played Helldivers in a hot minute.
I got it.
downloaded, so if
Me
you need
too.
it, if you want to try it.
Yeah,
And
so we
that
talked
new
about
update.
it like we talked about it like 3 streams ago, and I downloaded it and I didn't. Maybe, and I'm like this close to uninstalling it. So if it's gonna happen, it's gotta happen.
It's got to happen tonight. Got to happen.
Well,
Anyway,
we'll figure
anything
it out.
else from Sony would be, I'm just gonna say anything else from Sony would probably be the 2D God of War Metroidvania game that's been going around for the past few months. Apparently, it looks like Hades, but it plays like the old school God of Wars. Don't know how that works. That's really all I got. Really, all I got from Sony's first party, unless they are working on something I don't know anything about. Although I really am hoping that what Mac heard earlier this year that they're working on Siphon Filter is true.
Oh man,
We
that'd
need
be
more
so
stealth
good.
games, Red.
We need
more
Gabe.
stealth.
We need well,
We-
Siphon
we
Filter
need Gabe
wasn't a stealth game, but it was very
Well-
much the action version of Splinter Cell. Is the vibe that it was. Yeah,
Well, either way, we need more espionage games anyway.
yeah, 100%, 100% agree with you.
Hitman's MIA, Metal Gear's coming back finally, and Splinter Cell is still MIA. Until we
The
hear
thing,
from
man,
Ubisoft.
Hitman. You say Hitman's MIA, but the trilogy is. It's. I've said it 1,000 times. It's the biggest single player game with the most content that I've ever seen. Like it's insane. Like the reason
You
it's
realize
MIA
it's been 5
is.
years, right?
But dude, I am still playing that game, and I have so much time in that trilogy, and I'm still doing new stuff, still unlocking stuff, still replaying the same location for the 50th time, whatever location it might be, building up my mansion because the freelancer mode is incredible. Where you have your own mansion, you level up and you like start unboxing like your furniture. It sounds so silly, but like you fly out to different locations to take out targets and you come back home, and it's just so fun. It's so fun. But that game has a long lifeline. They built it up to be that way. There's so much content in the Hitman trilogy. It's insane. Jacob Tuba says, as much as we want, Sony ain't bringing any game back unless it'll sell tens of millions of copies. Well, they need some
Sorry,
funding
Sly
for their
Cooper
current
fans.
projects. Yeah, which I think is why we're seeing a lot more talk about third-party releases from older games because that would help their current project, their current actual exclusive first-party titles that are in development right now to boost that financial.
Especially because they just said, I think it was recently they reiterated that they're like, yep, we're doing single player like big blockbuster games because they've pivoted away from their live service stuff, so they need to.
Good riddance.
Yeah, good, very good.
Yeah.
Do what they're good at.
I still want them to do Killzone though, to be honest. I think they could do pretty good with a first-person shooter, heavily narrative game.
Yeah.
But that's just
I think they could if it wasn't exclusive. It doesn't seem that shooters.
Crisis 4 could have been that. Titanfall 3 could have
Crisis.
been that.
Yeah, I know, man. God, I know. Titanfall is gonna happen one day. I don't. Titanfall
so many IPs in the video game graveyard that we just keep looking in on. It's just like maybe one day you guys will come back from the dead.
Yeah, maybe one day.
People are still mourning Banjo-Kazooie 20 years later.
Yeah. Exactly.
Crisis 4 is dead.
I want to thank
Dead
everyone
Space is back in the
in
grave.
chat. I want to thank everyone in chat so much for being here tonight. It's been amazing. We had a lot of people show up, 22 people at least here watching with us. It's been great. The podcast has the numbers wise. I'm kind of letting go of that. It doesn't matter if 5 of you are here. It just means a lot that you're here, period. Seriously. Every week. Look forward to seeing you guys in chat, and you're the only reason that we do this. It's all about hanging out. We're not doing breaking news. You know, we don't have any insiders here or anything like that. But I really appreciate you guys being here. I don't know. You never know what the future holds. But I do want to thank everyone so much for being here. Shout out to all the channel members. Thank you all so much for all the support. Thank you again, Assassin, for the huge donation that you gave. The gifting all those channel members. That was nuts. Really appreciate it, man. And shout out to Iron Storm and chat. Is Alien Rogue Incursion Evolved Edition looks interesting. Oh yeah, that's the VR game that came to console, I believe, right? Where that blonde gal, Holly, she can't make the show anymore, but if you want more Holly, DeMarco, tell people where they can find you, what you got going on your channel.
Check it out on DeMarco Dude. Linked in the description below. I just my most recent thing was a video on Indiana Jones and the Great Circle Order of Giants DLC review. And if you haven't checked that out, consider checking it out. Would really appreciate it. I am trying to drum up plenty of new content ideas that I'm excited to talk about. I don't have anything necessarily ready yet, but we're going along. We're going along. Show on Thursdays usually. I missed last week to work on content, and then I ended up. I got very far. It's always a shame, but I did get a decent way into planning out a video idea, and then I scrapped it. I was like, no, I don't like the direction this is going. But ultimately, sometimes that's just the right decision. So check it out, support the channel. Appreciate you guys as always hanging out. I know that we share a lot of the same audience members, back and forth. So it's nice to see you guys going there, coming here. That means a lot that you guys are always active in supporting both communities. Really means a lot. So thank you guys for that.
There you go. Yep. And to answer your question, Wacko, on Thursdays, Holly, that's where you can find her. Is on
Holly is also about to stream Baby Steps.
Oh my god!
If you want something else to watch, I just linked it in chat. You can check out her stream over there to see her possibly rage at Baby Steps, which just came out today, I think.
First party PlayStation exclusive. That's what you get. That's greatness. That's the greatness that you get with PlayStation. No, I'm just kidding. That's great. Assassin, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Assassin52. The link is in the description down below. I've said it before and I'll keep saying it again, but I don't make videos, I don't do streams. I basically just post my thoughts on Twitter. I play video games and that's about it. So, yeah, if you're interested in what I got to say on whatever's going on in the gaming world, just follow me on Twitter.
There you go. Please give them a follow. All of our links are in the description below, including my Twitter link. Go follow me on Twitter. I do the same thing. Everything that's here on YouTube I do on Twitter, but sometimes I post screenshots of what I've been playing, and that's pretty much it. But I would love for you to give me a follow there. Please, link in the description. That'd be great. I have a lot of content coming. Working on a lot of things all the time. I have 2 big work projects. Did something just break?
No, it's just something we didn't think about, but kind of hilarious. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay, fantastic. Biff Rinaldi just got out of work just in time to say bye. Biff, happy birthday again, Biff. And thank you for being here. But yeah, please go give me a follow on Twitter. Go follow DeMarco on his YouTube channel and Twitter, and Assassin as well. And check out the link in the chat right now to go see what's going on Holly's channel. Go subscribe to her, show her some love and support, because that'll be hilarious to watch that stream after the show is done. But thank you all so much for being here. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye, everyone.
Existence is pain.
Yes.